Do you have that old jeans that you don't know what to do with? Either it's torn or it can't fit you. So here we are. Welcome. Our idea number 5 is a necklace, a choker necklace, and we are going to cut out a small piece from our old jeans, and then we are going to remove from both edges. We're going to remove this thread so that we can have that shaggy whitish sides. Yeah, there it is. We are then going to attach some gold chains. So this is where you're going to have your pin, and where you're going to hold it at the back of your neck. So just ensure that the gold chain, you cut it into the size that fits your neck. Then you're going to cut some pieces like as you can see them. Now we're going to make a flower out of this, so I'm just going to sew them together. I'm going to show you how to make one, but then I made two for the flower that you're going to attach, or we're going to glue on the plain necklace to have a floral necklace. If you're wondering where I bought my chains and all those items that I'm using to make the necklace, I bought them at the Ushanga, Kanaya Ushanga, yeah, along River Road in Nairobi. They're not expensive, so the chain, you just buy them according to the size you want. So our flower, you can see, is almost complete, and there it is. Ensure you sew it firmly in place so that it doesn't come out. So with these two flowers, I'm just going to layer them. I'm going to put one on top of the other and glue them together using a fabric glue. This glue, I love it so much because when you use it on fabric, it holds them firmly, it stays, and you can even wash that fabric minus it falling apart, and when it dries transparently. I mean, the white glue cannot be. But you don't have to worry, if you don't have the fabric glue, you can just sew the flowers together. Then finally just glue these two pieces together, or you can sew them together. And then just let it dry. It takes quite some time for it to dry completely, so just give it enough time to dry before you put it on. So that is our necklace. It's so beautiful, so nice. Our number 4 idea, we're going to make denim earrings. So we're going to cut our old jeans into love shapes. So for each, we're going to have these two and then glue them together. But then as you're gluing them, just remember that there's the part that the chain is going to be attached. So I'm just going to leave an opening so that later as I'll be attaching the earring chain, I won't have difficulty. So I'll have a bigger one and a smaller one. So the smaller love shape also have to be in pair so that we attach them together, both sides, because as the earring dangle on your ears, you see, people will be able to see both sides. To prevent our earring from being so plain, I'm going to add this leaf-like how do I call it? Yeah, so that one, I'm just going to glue it on one side of the larger or the bigger heart shape. Then add some pearls, smaller ones, and glue them down using a fabric glue. So this is how it's gonna look like after everything has dried up. So we have a bigger one and a smaller one, and then I've got a silver chain. So the silver chain, I just attached it to initially stud so that we can have an earring. Believing that there is a difference between a stud and an earring. So there, then we attach the smaller one too. Beautiful. Now after this process, you're really gonna have to wait for it to dry completely. Wow. So that's our earrings. They're lovely. So for our next two DIYs, that is our next two ideas, number 3 and number 2, I'm just gonna let you watch because we're really going to borrow a lot from our previous two ideas. Our final idea is a makeup organizer. This we are going to require some plastic bottle or bottles. 2 is enough, or even 1, because we're going to cut some 2 or 3, yeah, like 3 rings, as you can see. And like in my case, I used a bottle of soda ile ya 1 liter, and then ensure you wrap the denim around it, both inside and outside. You can use a glue gun to glue it down. You can choose to leave it like that, or you can add some beauty on it by wrapping around this piece of decoration around. So I'm just doing this to cover the ragged upper ends, and you can use a glue gun or you can use the fabric glue. The only disadvantage with the fabric glue is that you'll have to give it some time to let it dry completely, otherwise it will fall off. But when it dries, the beauty of it is that nobody can tell that you even used a glue because it's so clear. This one I just used it's just the same, but the only difference is that I glued it at the middle so that I can have kind of a bow. Then if you have finished, zinaitwa aje, cling foil or aluminium foil, that inner part you can cut and wrap around the denim, and then yes, I'll cover the remaining part with that part there so that it can give me some pattern like this. Now that we have everything that you need, the remaining thing is the base. So this is just a cutout from a carton box. Then I wrapped the jeans, glued it down using a glue gun. So we are just going to add some beauty on that. Yeah. Then glue down. Ensure that they are firmly glued. So for this one, I'm not using a fabric glue, but I'm using the glue gun because I want it to dry faster and to really hold tight and firm and stay for long. You can choose to make your organizer bigger than this one that I'm making, or you can also choose to have very many apartments than because for me I just have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the size and the apartments depend on how you want it to be. I really love how this is turning out. I really didn't imagine that it would turn out this way, but this is so nice. It's so girly. Yeah, so even if you don't want to put in your makeup there, you can have it as your pen holder or something that can serve you in that direction. Now finally we are going to glue these flowers, and remember in our first video I showed you how to sew these flowers. So we're just going to glue them together to add some beauty there, and then finish it up with that piece of decoration at the middle there. So we're just going to use a fabric glue to glue it and then let it dry.